Welcome to Financial Fast Track. In this video, we will show you how to turn a high savings rate into early financial freedom. To ensure a smooth journey, we will move step by step from building your foundation to maximizing tax efficiency, to investing, and finally, to using your free time as a competitive asset. Let us begin. First, we will outline your unique advantage. Next, we will build an emergency fund. Then, we will maximize tax efficiency. After that, we will cover simple global indexing. Subsequently, we will reframe 6 months off as a competitive asset. Furthermore, we will provide action plans and timelines. Finally, we will test your understanding with short quizzes and summarize key takeaways. Before we dive in, please note this content is educational and not financial advice. You should do your own research and consider speaking with a qualified professional to tailor decisions to your personal circumstances. Now, your biggest edge is the intersection of high income and ultra-low expenses, especially in your early 20s. This creates a high savings rate, often above 50%, which gives you outsized compounding potential. To capitalize on it, you must deploy cash quickly into an emergency fund, tax-advantaged accounts, and diversified global index funds before lifestyle inflation erodes your savings power. Next, establish your financial bedrock with an emergency fund covering 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. For many viewers in the context provided, that may be around £3,000 to £6,000. Keep this money in a high-yield, easy-access savings account so it remains liquid and safe. To reduce the likelihood of dipping into it, consider labeling the account mentally or within your banking app as "Do Not Touch." Automate transfers on payday to remove friction, and track your essential monthly expenditures to right-size the fund. Once this foundation is set, you can invest with confidence. Then, let us implement quickly. First, open an easy-access, high-yield savings account. Second, calculate 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, including rent, food, transport, and core bills. Third, automate a fixed transfer on payday and continue until you reach your target. Fourth, set a minimum floor such as £3,000 and a stretch goal such as £6,000. Finally, review quarterly and adjust for changes in your living costs. After your emergency fund is in place, prioritize tax efficiency. Use government-backed accounts such as ISAs and SIPPs or their equivalents in your region. These accounts can shield gains, dividends, and sometimes contributions from taxation, accelerating compounding. Always stay within annual allowances and follow current rules by checking official government websites. In general, place tax-sheltered contributions before adding money to a standard brokerage. Moving on, this priority checklist outlines a typical sequence. First, build your emergency fund for liquidity. Second, maximize tax-advantaged accounts like ISAs for tax-free growth. Third, contribute to retirement accounts such as SIPPs for long-term, tax-efficient growth, noting access ages and rules. Fourth, invest in a taxable brokerage if you have additional funds. Finally, allocate discretionary spending intentionally to avoid lifestyle creep. Furthermore, keep investing simple with diversified, low-cost global index funds. Automate contributions on payday to maintain consistency. Avoid stock picking and market timing, as both are difficult to execute consistently and can derail returns. Keep fees as low as possible because costs compound against your long-term performance. Rebalance annually or when your allocation drifts beyond your tolerance. Next, the flowchart illustrates how to route each paycheck. Net income first checks whether the emergency fund is below target. If it is, contributions go to the emergency fund until it is fully funded. Once the fund is set, the next step checks whether you have remaining room in tax-advantaged accounts, such as ISAs or SIPPs. If there is room, prioritize those contributions. If not, direct funds to a taxable brokerage. Lastly, allocate a controlled portion to discretionary spending. Throughout, automate contributions and periodically rebalance investments. Now, reframe 6 months off as a competitive asset rather than leisure. Use the time to deepen financial literacy, mastering concepts like risk, costs, taxes, and rebalancing. Build career leverage through certifications, portfolio projects, and negotiation skills. Explore scalable side income via digital products, service offerings, and automation. In addition, document your learning and progress publicly to create credibility and open doors. Then, execute a 90-day skill sprint. During days 1 through 7, pick a high-value skill such as data, cloud, coding, or sales. From days 8 to 30, complete a foundational course and build 2 micro-projects. From days 31 to 60, take an intermediate course and build 1 substantial portfolio project. Between days 61 and 75, publish weekly write-ups and a case study. Finally, from days 76 to 90, practice mock interviews, negotiation, and targeted outreach. After that, the timeline breaks down 6 months of focused progress. Month 1 focuses on building or topping up the emergency fund and creating a clear budget. Month 2 sets up tax-advantaged accounts and automation rules. Month 3 begins global index investing while learning rebalancing mechanics. Months 4 and 5 drive the skill sprint, project building, and public portfolio publication. Finally, Month 6 emphasizes interviews, negotiation practice, and launching a side income stream. The through line is consistency. Moreover, understand the savings rate formula. It is 1 minus annual expenses divided by annual after-tax income. Strive for a savings rate above 50% when feasible, as early adulthood often offers the most flexibility. Use practical tactics such as sharing housing, meal prepping, buying secondhand, and negotiating bills. Even a 10% reduction in expenses can significantly shorten your time to financial independence. Question: which should you fully establish before investing beyond tax-advantaged accounts? Option A, a discretionary spending fund. Option B, an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months in an easy access account. Option C, a crypto portfolio. Option D, a luxury travel budget. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B, an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months in an easy access account. This liquidity prevents forced selling of investments and preserves your compounding. Continuing, let us compare a high savings rate to lifestyle inflation. A high savings rate accelerates compounding, reduces stress during unexpected events, creates more options and leverage in your career, and brings the possibility of earlier freedom. By contrast, lifestyle inflation slows compounding, increases fragility to income shocks, reduces negotiation power, and pushes financial independence further away. Next, remember these habits. Automate contributions on payday. Keep fees low and portfolios simple. Use tax-advantaged accounts before taxable accounts. Treat time off as an asset to learn and build. Review quarterly. And above all, maintain consistency and discipline. Finally, here is your fast track. First, build your emergency fund of £3,000 to £6,000. Second, maximize contributions to tax-advantaged accounts. Third, invest simply in diversified global index funds. Fourth, use any 6-month window to upskill and build income streams. Ultimately, consistency beats complexity over the long run. As a final note, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this useful. Share your 6-month plan in the comments, along with any questions, so we can learn together.